Okay, so today I traded 4 tickers, over traded again. I traded POAI, TRXC, PRTY, and SPI. So I made losses on POAI and PRTY, small gains on TRXC, and small gains on SPI. So here is, okay, so let me type this. Okay, POAI. So I entered POAI at 106.77 when it was coming back from the low, right? So it was trading according to my plan, really. It was so I entered with 100 shares. What I should have done was just take my profits right here because there's like resistance up here. What I should have done is just take my profits at 110 and just take the $1 profits. What I wanted was a move to like 116 and above. But instead, it hit my loss, it hit my losses, and I basically cut. But yeah, what I should have done is basically just take my profits. It was already like a 45% move, which is pretty good with a $1 uh, ticker. Yeah, but it was my biggest loss today. It was a $4 loss. But yeah, it was trading sideways all day though. Yeah, and then it basically dropped at the after hour and more. The second ticker that I traded was PRTY. So again, it was making higher lows, and I was thinking that maybe it was gonna go up. My risk was originally 256. I should have stick with 256 at the risk. I entered 3.605. My goal was for it to break 65 into the 70. Right? But instead, it broke a VWAP. It broke my risk level. I didn't cut, so I actually cut at 54. I should have just cut like at 56. So yeah, it was with 30 shares though. It's small losses, but need more discipline. Uh, TRXC, even though I made profits on it, I consider it as cutting a loss, really. I entered 40 at 0.408 with 300 shares. My risk was 39.56. So it was the low. The bad part that made me cut my losses was this spike to 42. I wasn't able to actually get the 42 cut because it basically went up and then it dropped like very fast with a very big spread. And I did not like the spread. So I decided to sell on the ask at 41 and just cut my losses quickly. It was a good decision there because later on it did actually went down and never came back up. Yeah, it's um ticker like these um that is very important to stick to my 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 risk level and cut like losses quickly. Yeah, it was already pretty much up from 38 already. So and another reason why these stocks aren't moving so well is because of this guy, SPY. Yeah, it's a $1 move all the way to $46 high. All in a matter of one day. It's due to short getting squeezed. And I traded too conservatively here. I basically call it basically a very, very tiny portion of the move. Very, very tiny portion of the move. So little. So I entered from 87, right? To 87 with 30 shares. My risk level was right here at 380. That was my risk level. And my goal was to make like 15 to 20 cents a share. So 2 to 3. At 47, I decided to sell. So I sold 10 cents, 10 shares for profits. Okay. So that's basically like a $2 move. And then at 410, I decided to sell another 10 shares. And then the final shares I sold was at 420. It was coming back up from back to the high, the pre, the pre-market high. The pre-market high, yeah, it was not pre-market high, it was at the open high. It was at 423. That was the high. It was coming back up there. If I would have hold 1 minute longer, it would have been a $1 a share move from where I started. I missed the squeeze, and then afterward, I didn't trade it anymore because the stock was already up like 200 to 300%. Because it went from $1 to $4, right? What I did not expect was it to go back down to like 416, and then it squeezes even higher and higher and higher. It did present some of my ideal entries, like right here. These are like what I call ideal entries for me. Right here would be a chase, but ideal entries right here. I missed it because I already stopped trading at this point. But I still watched it. It went higher and higher and higher. Went to like $9, and then it got halted. It went down to 7, and then went down to 6. It traded sideways for like an hour or so. And then more squeeze. A lot of short sellers are dead on this one. Yeah, it went to basically very close to 4,000 percentage increase. 4,000% increase. If I were to hell to hold on to it, my entry, oh man, let's see. I would like make like $1,000 on my entry. It would be a lucky. It would be lucky, very very lucky. But since I traded conservatively, I only made $7 on this move. But left is so much on the table. This reminded me of a trade that I had when I first started, like my first 2 or 3 months. It was it might be SRNE or it might be something else, but when that stock went like parabolic to 1,000%, it might have been SRNE. Let's see, did I trade SRNE like a year ago? Wow, SRNE did a very nice move. It's a nice chart. Was it this move? This it went from $2 to $10. I made a loss in here. I don't think it was this move, but it was a stock in the past. I traded very poorly pre-market. Still remember. Forgot what the ticker is, but I traded pre-markets, and then at the open, it went up to. At the open, it went parabolic make like 1,000% move, and I missed the whole thing because I no longer have any trading. I no longer have any day trade left since at that time I was doing a margin account with like $500 on my account, which should have been a cash account at that point. But yeah, missed it. But it was very, very similar to it. It's a lot of FOMO. I was tempted to trade it again when it was in like the 20s, when it was making higher lows, but it was already up so high. I don't want to get stuck on this on a halt like this. So I just watched it. It did have a very nice pre-market move though. It went from it make it like a double bottom from like $12 to 23. So that is like a $10 a share, which is very nice, really. But overall, my biggest gain today was this move right here, which was very conservative, mid 7.70. So overall loss over P&L profits loss was like green $2. Yeah, I my first green day in a while, $2. Very traded conservatively. Just need to stop trading a subpar setup or like yeah, just need to stop trading subpar tickers, especially when there's a very hot ticker right here for the day. Yeah, and I think that would be all.